This is the part where most beginners accidentally ruin their mushroom grow. I'm going to keep things super simple so you can successfully inoculate your own bag of Uncle Ben's rice and get started on this mushroom growing journey. Now, before we jump into that, there's some important information that I need to share that will set you up for success on your first grow. So for starters, we need something to grow our mushrooms from. When I first got started, I was super overwhelmed by the simple choice between liquid culture and spore syringes. They kind of look like the same thing, but in reality, they're vastly different. As a beginner, all you really need to know here is that liquid culture is the way to go. It colonizes faster and it's more reliable. With our liquid culture serving as the starting point for our mushrooms, we need a sterile place to inject this syringe. That is where Uncle Ben's rice comes into play. You see, these bags of rice are made to be shelf stable, so we know they're sterile and they contain all the nutrients our mycelium need to thrive. Also, as a quick side note, you don't have to use Uncle Ben's brand name. You can get any pre-sterilized bag of rice. As long as it's just plain brown rice, it should work just fine. Now, here's the tricky part. You see, we need to take our liquid culture syringe and inject it into our bag of rice while not allowing any bacteria to also enter the bag. Because you see, unfortunately, this same environment that allows our mycelium to thrive will also allow bacteria to thrive, and almost always the bacteria will outcompete the mycelium. So exactly how can we go about introducing our liquid culture into this bag of rice without letting any contaminants in? We can't just cut the top off the bag and inject it because there's bacteria in the air all around us. And therein lies probably the biggest beginner mistake and one of the areas that I struggled with most when I first started growing mushrooms. We need something to control the air around us so these millions of tiny bacteria don't get into our bag. This is where I would reach for something called a still air box. You can grab one on Amazon for 30 bucks, or you can make one yourself from a plastic tote with a couple holes cut in it. All this does is reduce the movement of air around us. So the second we cut a hole in our bag, bacteria doesn't just go swarming in. And I actually consider using a still air box to be the #1 thing that ultimately took me from contaminated bag after contaminated bag to my first successful mushroom grow. Now, we're about to inoculate this bag, but before we do, I like to squish all the rice down towards the bottom, as in my experience, it just allows the rice to colonize a little more quickly. So we've been able to address the airborne contaminants with our still air box, but unfortunately, we're still left with contaminants all over our scissors, our bag, our syringe. So what can we do about that? With everything inside the still air box, we break out our 70% isopropyl alcohol and give everything a good spray. 70% is considered the ideal strength here because it doesn't evaporate super quickly. So the alcohol actually has time to go through and sort of just kill everything. Once everything is sufficiently sanitized, I'm gonna cut a small opening at the top. Sometimes I just cut a corner off, other times I just make a slice in the top of the bag. Neither option is really better than the other in my opinion. This opening is going to do two things for us. One, it's going to give us a point to inject our culture through, and two, it's going to allow our mycelium to breathe. Once the opening is made, I'm just going to shake up my syringe to redistribute the mycelium evenly, and then I'm going to inject 1 to 2 milliliters in each bag. Be careful here not to let your needle touch anything, as it is already sterilized, and the second it touches something, it will no longer be sterile. With our liquid culture injected, we now need to seal our bags in a way that allows air to keep flowing. To do that, we're going to use something called micropore tape. This tape will allow fresh air to pass through so our mycelium can breathe, but it's going to keep contaminants out. It acts sort of like a little filter. Once the bags are all taped up, you can just throw them in your closet or store them somewhere warmish where they won't be in direct sunlight. Most species of mycelium will do fine at about 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Now at this point, don't expect to see anything for at least several days and more likely a couple of weeks. Over the next couple of weeks, you should be able to feel the top of the rice and they'll almost become more firm, and that's your sign that the mycelium are colonizing in a healthy manner. If you're using a bag of Uncle Ben's rice, then they normally have the clear bottom, and eventually you'll be able to see that nice white mycelium colonizing everything through that little window. Normally this pink would be horrifying and indicate some level of contamination, But fortunately, this is pink oyster mycelium, and it'll just be pink like that. And with that, we've successfully finished what I consider to be the trickiest step in growing mushrooms. If you're ready to get started and looking for a safe, reliable place to get liquid culture, I do happen to sell my own over at happymycelium.com. Thanks for watching and happy growing.